All right then, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for qualifying. Qualifying is about to get underway right now. So we have a green light at the exit of pit lane. Hello, Jose. Welcome back, everyone, for qualifying. Right off the bat, what are all our qualifying predictions? What are all our qualifying predictions? I want to hear top three. Personally, with the pace that we saw from the Red Bull on the mediums even, I think it's going to be, if everything finally for Perez goes to plan, it'll finally be a Red Bull 1-2 again. So Max 1, Perez 2, and I think Sainz will be qualifying in third. Hi, Paulo. Welcome, everyone. Hamilton, Verstappen, Perez. That's what I said in the beginning, but I rethought because, of course, I saw the result of FP1. Now, I do know one thing, and that is that I like to analyze my data from the sessions. So, you guys have someone in the booth at the moment informing you about everything. Hamilton ran that pace on a higher fuel load than Max Verstappen did. So he was about 10 to 12 kilograms heavier than Max Verstappen. Let's listen to Norris. Traffic, a big thing, of course, here at this circuit. But still, even with that 12 to 10 kilograms heavier running that Mercedes did with Hamilton, Russell was actually running lower than Lewis Hamilton, and he was behind him. So Russell not quite feeling comfortable. It's Hulkenberg out first. Magnussen out first, excuse me. Hulkenberg, his teammate, following him. So across the line then. What is he going to be able to do? Let's see. There we go. Pole position for Magnussen, provisional. And Hulkenberg goes up into P3, 34 thousandths of a second slower than Magnussen. We saw that the Haas is a great qualifying car, and I think this is one of the weekends where I expect Haas to actually be decent in the race. Tyre is not too big of an issue here at this track. That's why that might be the case. De Vries pops up into third, gets beaten by Stroll, who's actually slower than both of the Haas cars. Alonso also slower. Tsunoda slower than Nick De Vries. Perez moves up into pole position. And Verstappen goes even quicker than him. Piastri once again with a good qualifying time. 7/10, however. Verstappen quicker than Perez in the same Red Bull. Of course, if you were expecting Crash here, I'm sorry, Crash did say that he was not feeling well and that he was not in any way capable of doing the commentary this weekend. So that's why you're sadly, for you guys, stuck with me. I hope I'll do a decent job of replacing Crash for this weekend. I know Crash is always exciting. Crash is always interacting with you guys. I'm trying to do the same. Russell goes across the line, goes into 12th, is slower than most of all the other cars. Hamilton is also out on track. Hamilton is purple, has one purple mini sector. He's not improving though in the last sector. Has he stopped that lap? I think he has. Yeah, Hamilton, 28 seconds slower than anyone else. He's going to go for it again. Oh, a bit of a look up there for one of the AlphaTauris. What do you guys think Nick de Vries is going to do? Is Nick going to get through, or is he going to struggle again? I can tell you one thing. De Vries was struggling with the braking on that AlphaTauri. Hamilton is green in Sector 1 again. Hamilton is green in Sector 2 as well. As we have one of the Alfa Romeos off. Valtteri Bottas off at Turn 1. Yeah, I can see it now on my driver tracker. The driver tracker should be working on the stream as well now. It doesn't seem like Bottas is going anywhere, and we do have a red flag. Ouch, ouch, ouch. A red flag out on track. Bottas not able to get that car going, and I think that is some kind of issue. Let's listen. I think that is a gearbox issue for Valtteri Bottas. He's struggling. He says he's struggling to get to neutral as well. Had a bit of a power slide going into Turn 1. Yeah, it's just gone. He touched the sausage curb on the outside of Turn 1 on the exit, and that sends him round. Perez was actually just trying to get out of the way for him. Just about touched the styrofoam DRS board, so they'll have to either replace it or reposition it. Not too big of an issue, of course. Engine, when I think that is some kind of engine or gearbox problem there for Bottas. Yes, Bottas for now is out, but I have great news for you, Griff. And that is that Bottas is on his way again, so he can continue. And that is great news for everyone else as well. That'll mean that the red flag will be gone ASAP. Of course, it was the same time last time round in Canada for Guan Yu Zhou, who also caused a red flag, but was able to bring the car back to the pits. So both AlphaTauris now, and two separate race weekends, causing a red flag and being able to go back to the pits. If you look, what is your opinion on this, guys? And let me know what your opinion is and why it is your opinion. Because if you look at IndyCar, if you cause a red flag or even a yellow flag that slows other drivers down, your quickest lap time gets deleted. Plus, if it's a red flag, you're not able to take further part in the session. You're not allowed to take further part in the session. So, what do you guys think is the best option for this? Should this be done in Formula 1 as well? Or should they keep it as it is right now? And if there's a red flag and you're able to get going again back to the pits, you should just be able to continue. What's your opinion on that? Yeah, Yeah, I personally think that if you cause a red flag and you cause everyone to go back into pit lane, interrupt everyone's run plan, then you should go into pits if you're able to make it back and not take any further apart. Hey, Verstappen has had his time deleted. Piastri at the moment at the top of the standings. Piastri at the moment ahead of Perez. Lando Norris also got his time deleted. Hulkenberg got his time deleted. Yeah, see? That's what I mean. Crash, depends on what circuit you go to. Depends on what circuit you go to. Road courses is usually a lot less drivers um, than qualifying on an oval. Qualifying on an oval is in itself completely different. And just about. The clock should stop. Yes. Yes, indeed. The clock on the stream is not correct at the moment. Qualifying has about 11 minutes left on the timer. 11 minutes 49. And it's about to get underway as well. And the green light at the end of pit lane will shortly be coming on again. So everyone now patiently waiting at the end of pit lane. There is a bit of threat of rain, but I don't think it's going to affect us too much. There we go. We've got a green flag out on track. Bada beam, bada boom. It's green flag. Hamilton has also lost his lap. Sainz has lost his lap. Almost everyone losing their lap. Talking about track limits, of course. What's your opinion on track limits? When are you outside the track and when are you inside the track? Do you count the curb or do you count the white lines? I personally think that the white lines is the edge of the circuit. So if you go all four wheels over the white line, not one on, if one tire is on the white line, you're good. If all four are over the white line, even if it's 1 millimeter, you're off the track and your lap time should be the lead. What is your opinion on that? Let me know. White line. I'm seeing a lot of white lines here. So I think everyone is agreeing with that. Yes, Max indeed had all four wheels over the white line. Yes. That's why his lap time got deleted, and Max wasn't the only one. Sainz did the same, Hulkenberg did the same, Hamilton did the same, Zhou did the same. Norris did also the same. Gasly, Ocon. Yes, indeed, Bubble Goat. A lot of lap times have been deleted because of track limits. That might have been Albon's lap. Also deleted. He's on a warm-up lap, though. Not on a quick one. Gasly's time has now been reinstated, though. Oh, Albon was close to an off track there. Albon pops in his time, but he might well get his time deleted. He goes up into 6th. Norris goes quickest. Alonso behind him. The McLaren seem fast again with that upgrade on the car. Mishka Kopponen, the red flag was out because Bottas spun on the exit of turn 1. And he couldn't get the car going in time. He was trying to find neutral. And that's why Hamilton or Verstappen once again purple in sector 2. Max Verstappen to the front of the field once again with a 1:05.116. That's just a bit quicker than he did last time round with a track limit. Has he been within track limits this time? We'll see if it gets deleted or not. At the moment, no one improving. The only ones improving is De Vries and Tsunoda. De Vries actually ahead of Tsunoda. Logan Sargent once again going for it. I'm expecting a lot from that Williams. It's slippery in a straight line anyways. Here we go, Tsunoda and De Vries, both improving. Where are the both of them going? Tsunoda seems to be going quicker than De Vries though. But De Vries is quick in the last sector. Please don't get your lap time deleted. And he doesn't. So far, goes up into 13. Where can Tsunoda go? Boom. Tsunoda goes to 7th. Told you he was quicker than De Vries. And he was quicker everywhere than De Vries, except the last sector by 8 thousandths of a second. Sergio Perez in P9. Gasly has also just gone up into P7. That has pushed Tsunoda down to P8. But Tsunoda should be safe with that. Russell on an improvement. Green in sector 1 and 2. Goes up into P9. Still 2 tenths slower, though, than his teammate. And at this track, that's a lot. So, who needs an improvement? Hulkenberg needs an improvement. De Vries needs an improvement. Sargent, Ocon, and Stroll need an improvement. Those are the drivers who are outside of the Q2 at the minute. Sainz is looking quick this weekend. Sainz for me has been looking quicker than Charles Leclerc this season. I don't know how you guys think about that. Magnussen over the line, up into 10th. Stroll, what can you do? With a purple last sector, he can't do anything and he still is 11th. Yeah, indeed, smash the like button, everyone. And subscribe if you haven't yet. We're at 93.9. Let me quickly refresh. We might be at 94. 94k, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for that. 6k to go until the big 100. Fernando Alonso is on a flyer once again. So is Lando Norris. So is Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc goes across the line. Does not improve his lap time. Alonso just in front of Norris. Does not improve in the first sector, but is also not improving in the second sector. Norris goes purple though in sector 2. That McLaren is flying. And it's not only Norris, it's also Piastri. The McLarens are flying right now. Norris or Alonso across the line doesn't improve. Norris across the line improves into P2. I think Fernando Alonso won't be happy with Piastri. Got impeded a bit. McLaren, of course, bringing upgrades to this circuit. And so far, they seem to be working well. It is so busy out on track. No one in the drop zone at the moment improving. Perez is improving, though, and he needs an improvement. We've got the 2-minute warning. Sergio Perez is finding himself in loads and loads of traffic. This is not helping him. Is improving, though. Don't make a mistake now. Don't get your lap time deleted, Sergio Perez, because if you do, oh boy, are you going to be in trouble. Not only for the race, but I think in his further Red Bull career as well. He's a 10th off of Verstappen after the second sector and jumps up into second, 61 thousandths behind his teammate Max Verstappen. There we go. Doesn't need the track limit. Stayed well within it. And that is a good lap from Perez. He needed that. And at the top of the timesheets, we're seeing the margins that we are expecting. 63 thousandths of a second separates the top 3 drivers, with 2 thousandths of a second separating P2 and P3. Albon now on an improvement as well. Sargent, purple in 2 mini sectors in sector 1 is green personal. Everyone's out on track. Albon is going to be first, though, of the ones in the bottom of the table in the drop zone. Here we go. Alexander Albon across the line. Where are you going to put yourself up to? P8. Next on the line, or next on the list, is Hulkenberg. Before Sargent and then Ocon. Across the line for Hulkenberg into P11. Then Sargent. Where are you going to place yourself? Sargent doesn't get it into P16. Ocon moves up to P11. Nick de Vries, where are you going to put yourself? Not an improvement in sector 1. Needs 1.2 tenths of a second. Well, Tsunoda is well within that. He's not going to get there. Nick de Vries is going to be out of this session. Nick de Vries stays last. Nick de Vries can't find the step forwards. Bottas is improving, though. Hold your horses. Bottas, does he get out? Yes, he does. Tsunoda back into the drop zone. And that is it. Tsunoda, Sargent, Zhou, Magnussen, and de Vries out in Q1. Good lap there by Valtteri Bottas. The freeze. Oi, oi, oi. Norris's lap time has just been deleted. So then, no one is safe here yet. If times are deleted, Tsunoda might go through. And Tsunoda missed it by 21 thousandths of a second. Unbelievable. So then, so Joe, not happy, clearly, was stuck in traffic. Nick de Vries, once again out. Lucky that his teammate is also out in Q1. So then, result for Q1. It is indeed a Dutch sandwich. This is the Sergeant. So then, results of Q1. Verstappen, Perez, Sainz, Gasly, Leclerc, Norris, Hamilton, Albon, Piastri, Russell, Stroll, Ocon, Hulkenberg, and Bottas. Those are the 15 gladiators that are going to fight it out in Q2. Tsunoda, Zhou, Sargent, Magnussen, and De Vries out in Q1. Nope, De Vries needs to find something special now to be racing next season, I think. Now then, what do we think of McLaren? Are both McLarens, so are Norris and Piastri, both gonna make it into Q3? Q2 will start shortly. Both Red Bulls are waiting at the red light. 2 minutes to go, though, so they are very early. Hoping Piastri, why I think a lot will do. I hope Norris does make it to Q3. Well, I think a lot of people do. So some people say Norris gets in, Piastri doesn't. So far I've seen no one say Piastri gets out and Norris doesn't get out. Oh, everyone's saying Piastri will be eliminated. Yes, indeed. He got his time deleted twice already, Victoria. So then, I'm quickly gonna pop in some. I'm gonna pop in a message that says if you want to answer, if you want me to answer your question, tag me on this account, and then you can tag me on the account that I post it with. There we go. It's in there. It's the DP Commentary and Performance YouTube channel. That's the one. And Q2 is underway. So if you want me to answer your question, then tag me on that YouTube channel, and I'll do so. A lot of people cheering for Albon. I'll be doing the same, to be honest. Love that Williams. Love an underdog story. But I think, personally, if Williams gets to where Red Bull is now, everyone will hate Williams again. Because everyone loves an underdog story. But as soon as they, become 2-3 times the champion, then everyone thinks they're too dominant again. So, in Albon we trust, indeed. All right, then. Verstappen going for his first push lap here. Verstappen will be the first one to set the benchmark. Quickest lap time in the previous session, 15.1. (16.4) in the first section. That's quick. We've seen quicker, though. Perez goes quicker than Verstappen by only 28 thousandths of a second. On sector 2, Verstappen 28.933. Verstappen is just going to set a banker here. Perez loses that 28 thousandths of a second in sector 2. So they're almost equal. Into the last section, then Verstappen across the line with a 104.955. And that is only a banker for Max Verstappen. So that leaves a lot on the table for the Red Bull. Did he keep within track limits? He did not. Max Verstappen is going to get his time deleted. Watch my words. Max Verstappen is going to get his time deleted. All purple in sector 1, green in sector 2. Norris to P3. Alonso 4th, Sainz 5th. Leclerc 7th now. Stroll has gone into P4. Piastri up into P7. Russell into P8. Where's Hamilton going to go? Hamilton is going to go into P7. Pushes a Piastri down. Leclerc's going for an improvement now. Leclerc didn't set a representative lap. There we go. I told it to you. Max Verstappen, track or lap time deleted. It is about a millimeter or 2 or 3 for Max Verstappen, but it is over. Perez's time also deleted. Oi, 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 both Red Bulls. Norris now to provisional pole. Norris has had his lap time deleted multiple times as well. Stroll lap time deleted. Hulkenberg now P2. This is unbelievable. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a massive fan of these track limits. Because me as a commentator, you can't really go off the times anymore. You always have to wait. You always have to wait 5 minutes, and then you can say, okay, it is now a real pole position. I don't like it. So then, Gasly, Ocon, Bottas, Albon, Verstappen, Perez needing an improvement. Esteban Ocon, some drivers in the way there for him. 2 Red Bulls in the way. 1 Red Bull of Perez, 1 Red Bull of Verstappen. And Gasly goes up into P2. What an order this is then. Where is the Ferrari pace gone then that we saw in practice? Ferrari P6 and 9. McLaren is doing better than Ferrari now. Verstappen radio. Max Verstappen says that the track limits are beeping delicious. Or delicious? Ridiculous. Delicious as well. Because he's eating them like there's no tomorrow. And Verstappen goes up into pole again. 104.951. Pretty much identical to the lap time that got deleted. Perez into 3rd. Piastri into 10th. Doesn't improve. Stroll pushes him out of the top 10. Alexander Albon, purple in sector 1, green in sector 2. Come on, Alex. That will be an amazing result. He's 2.5 tenths behind Verstappen. At this point, he would go up to P3. Albon might have gone over into P8 though. Lost a lot in the last sector. But Albon might get that lap time deleted. Don't be too quick. He might get that lap time deleted. Hamilton purple in sector 1. There is the Mercedes pace. Green in sector 2. Well then, where's Hamilton going to go? Hamilton goes up to P5. Alonso in P9. Oh, boom. Alonso lost his track due to track limits as well. Good spot from you guys. Russell also having issues. Yes. Sorry for that, guys. I just got the message. I looked in chat and I was like, little issues. Dan will be back soon. I was like, I'm here. I'm talking. But it was muted. Oh my goodness. You can all tell me how stupid I am now. You can all tell me how stupid I am. I muted myself. So thank you for letting me know. So Perez got time deleted. Unfortunate for Perez. But he needs, for goodness sake, he needs a good lap. This, Perez, come on. You know he has the pace. You know he can do it. It's just time and time again he finds himself in these positions where he always finds himself in these positions where he is losing time and losing positions unnecessarily. Goes purple in sector 2. Now, please, Sergio, I beg you, just close it off. Don't risk it into that last sector. Russell in P10. He's going to be pushed out by Perez. Yes, there it is. Perez into P2. Russell's going to go for it again. Albon going purple in section 1 again. Albon is quick. Albon needs an improvement. Albon needs an improvement of 25 thousandths of a second. Esteban Ocon, where's he going to go? Esteban Ocon is going to go nowhere. Esteban Ocon is going to get his lap time deleted. And where is Albon going to go? Albon needs an improvement. It's purple in many sectors, but can't find the sector improvements. Perez's time has been deleted again! Goodness me, this is unbelievable! Yeah, this is just, let's be honest guys, this is just stupid. This is stupid. This is stupidity from Perez. He didn't need to push at all. And this is... Albon is also out, sadly. He did not find the improvement he needed. I think Albon did. Ocon out. Russell out. Put us through. Yeah, I don't know what to say, to be honest. I don't know what to say here. Albon is through, and I'm happy for that. Always an Albon fan. He's doing what Russell was doing in that car for a long, long time. This is, well... Paris is good enough to race for Red Bull, I think, and GT for life. It's just... Well then, Sergio Perez thinks that the track limits are a joke, just like Max Verstappen did, and I disagree with both of them. It's the same for everyone. I do think it's a joke, though. You shouldn't decide it by track limits. Just put a wall there, for goodness sake, and it's done. Just put a wall there. Just put a tire barrier there, so that if they run into it, at least they're safe. But goodness sake, man. With Sainz in P2 though, he did amazing. Norris, however, is in P3. This is unbelievable. That McLaren is quick though, but it has been quick all the time here. So then, Jose, people want to hear your opinion on Sergio Perez. Hulkenberg time has been deleted. He was in P9 before. Hulkenberg stays in. Albon also still in. Mr. Mike, this is for the real race. Well, all races are real, but this is for the race on Sunday. Tomorrow we'll also have the qualifying for the sprint race. And then after that qualifying, Ryan will be back with you guys. And you'll have a common known voice here at the Racing Statistics YouTube channel for both races, both the sprint race and the Sunday race. Now then, I hope Q3 is not going to be as track limit intensive as Q1 and Q2 were. Now then, the drivers that made it through to Q3, we can finally say that now. I just saw a replay from Alexander Albon. He just kept it. Verstappen in P1, Sainz P2, Norris P3, Leclerc P4, Stroll P5, Alonso P6, Hamilton P7, Gasly P8, Hulkenberg P9, Albon in P10. Those are the drivers who made it through. Russell, Ocon, Piastri, Bottas and Perez out of qualifying in Q2. Third in 6 races for Russell that he is out in Q2. Green flag is out. We're underway. Manveer Singh, I think you should become a common voice here too. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate everyone being so kind. Of course, I've been here before, but that was together with Grash. It's a completely different ball game when you're doing it on your own. So I appreciate all of the nice comments. Albon is the one to go out first. As always, we see that Red Bull in Q1 and Q2 always are one of the first ones to go out. But in Q3, they're usually one of the last ones to go out, waiting for that track evolution. And every little bit of rubber to be laid down. Tsunoda faster than Checo? Technically, yes. If you look at the lap times, no. But Checo had his lap time deleted, and that is why he's out. But Tsunoda was out in Q1, so anyways, he wouldn't have been faster with that. Tsunoda and Red Bull. No, I don't think Tsunoda will ever be in a Red Bull. I don't think Tsunoda will ever be in a Red Bull. I think if Perez is not performing to spec, I think that the biggest smile in the paddock will be back in that seat. It just makes sense. He's a big asset in America. Putting him in that car will just make sense for Red Bull, even if there is a bit of doubt on if he is going to perform well or not. Well then, here we go. Albon purple in Sector 1 and 2. He's the first one to set a lap time. Verstappen takes that purple away in Sector 1. 0.2 of a second quicker. Albon across the line. What's the time going to be? A 1:05.823 for Alexander Albon. Sainz is behind Verstappen. So it's a battle on track between the two. Across the timing line for Sector 2 for Max Verstappen. It's purple there as well. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a low 04 for Max Verstappen. This is going to be a low 04. Watch my words. Mark my words here. Low 04 for Max Verstappen. Across the line for Verstappen. What is it going to be? Pole position. Provisional pole position on a 1:04.503. Then, what can Leclerc do? Purple in Sector 2. Green in Sector 1. It's all about that last sector. Leclerc then, across the line. Behind him is Norris, who's also going quick. Leclerc doesn't get it. Sainz doesn't get it. Where does Norris go into P4? Then it is Lance Stroll. Where does he go? I think he goes behind Stroll and behind Albon into P6. Then it is Gasly. Gasly up into P5. Alonso, where do you slot in? Alonso to P5. Hülkenberg is the last one across the line in the top 10. Hamilton is the last one. And he slots into P9. Hülkenberg not able to go quicker in that Haas. Hamilton has just come out though. Hamilton has just come out of the pits. Charles Leclerc, 2/10 off of Max Verstappen. Albon surely not slowest. That 0.58 is a quick time. Wouldn't have got him through though into Q3, so I think he's for sure going to go quicker. Here we go. Hamilton is going to start his lap now. Sector 1, purple for Lewis Hamilton. I tipped him for pole position during the practice session. Thought that was not going to be the case after the pace we saw. But purple in Sector 1 has for sure made me rethink that decision. Sector 2 is going to be the deciding factor. Was 19 thousandths of a second quicker than Max Verstappen in Sector 1. No purple mini sectors in Sector 2. I think he's going to lose it there. Yes, only green for Lewis Hamilton in Sector 2. What is he going to do, though, in the last sector on the track? Sector 3, oh so crucial. He was 0.3 off of Max Verstappen in Sector 2. He needs a lot to get that back, and he doesn't get it. 5.5 tenths of a second is the gap in the end that he is behind Max Verstappen. Lando Norris, though, ahead of the Works Mercedes. Ferrari top 3, unbelievable. That's where they should be. Got to get ready. Lance Stroll's got his lap time deleted. He's the only driver to have got his lap time deleted so far. So then, 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in this session. Max Verstappen. P1, 2 tenths ahead of Leclerc. He's got that banker in. He can push now on that last lap. Albon, however, has gone out of sync of everyone else. And he's improving in Sector 1. What can he do to improve a position, to improve 2 positions? He needs 3 tenths. He needs a 105.524. I don't think he's going to get to P5. Because he needs 8 tenths for that. I don't think he's going to get there. But nothing is impossible in that car. He's proven that. He's green in Sector 2 as well. Where is Albon going to go? This is his last shot at it. He might go for a cooldown and another quicker lap. But usually it's the quickest lap where the time is made. I think he's going to go to P6 here, ladies and gentlemen. And he does go into P6. Albon up into P6 in the Williams. On merit. Well done, Alexander Albon. Hats off to him. A 15.340. That's about what that car has got in it. There's nothing more there. Has he gotten track limits? Don't tell me. He's probably got track limits. Alexander Albon has got track limits. No! Oi, 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 oi. If Verstappen is out, he knows that he's quickest. He can just go out whenever he wants. Verstappen is going to set the benchmark here. When will we see the real potential of this RB? When we'll see the real potential of the RB19? Yes, the stewards are having fun indeed. I think Alonso will make a big jump up. Everyone is out now. Everyone is out on track. Verstappen is going to be the first one to set the benchmark. Here we go then. Verstappen has started his lap time. A 16.300 for Max Verstappen in Sector 1. That's the ultimate quickest we've seen so far the whole weekend. Can he build on that? Can he build on that first sector? Almost in the 16.2. What is sector 2 going to be for Max Verstappen? Is it going to go purple again? No, he's only going to go green. 28.732. He needs to keep it within track limits, though, for the last sector. He knows he has the car under him to do it. Across the line for Max Verstappen. A 1:04.391 for Max Verstappen. And that is a 4/10 gap to Charles Leclerc. Now, where's Charles Leclerc going? First one across the line is Hulkenberg. Moves up into 7th. Then it's Lance Stroll. Where's he going to go? Lance Stroll up at the P3. Now we're waiting for Charles Leclerc. Behind him is Lando Norris. Lando Norris seems quicker than Charles Leclerc. Sainz up into P2. Norris into P3. Now we're waiting for Pierre Gasly. Where is he going to put himself? Gasly stays in P9. Now then, Charles Leclerc up into P2. Gets within 48 thousandths of a second. What can Lewis Hamilton do in the Mercedes? Last one across the line. Goes up into P5. And that was it, I think. Unbelievable. What a qualifying session we've seen. A lot closer in the end than we thought it would be, but the Red Bull Ring once again lights up orange. Max Verstappen gets his pole position. Leclerc sobs up when he needs it. Norris in P4 though. Well then, as always at this track, it's a really tight affair between all the drivers. 0.7 of a second covers the top 9. And 0.5 of a second covering the top 7. That is what you want to see. Max Verstappen is in an interesting position, putting his steering wheel back into the car. Well then. Quickly for you guys. No one expected, I think. No one expected, I think, Ferrari to be this quick, but they're back where they need to be. Verstappen, in the end, snatches pole position. Leclerc P2, Sainz in P3, Norris in P4, Hamilton P5, Stroll in P6, Alonso P7, Hulkenberg P8, Gasly P9, and Alexander Albon with the track limits, sadly, in P10. He would have been in P10 anyways, if that makes it a little bit easier, but he would have been 9/10 behind instead of 1.4. That was it for qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow, we will have qualifying once again, but that time it'll be for the sprint race instead of for the main race on Sunday. That sprint shootout will take part at 12 in the morning. Central European Summertime. That is 11 BST. So I'll see you guys then. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope I did a good job once again of replacing Grash. Grash was not feeling well, so all our thoughts are with Grash, of course. Hopefully he may recover quickly. And, well, I hope I did a good job for you guys, and I hope I will see all of you tomorrow again. Like I said, 12 Central European time, Central European Summer time, and 11 BSC. Until then, stay safe, and we'll see you there. Bye-bye.